Daily Bible Capsule Introductory Message. This week, as we look at the voice of His Word, I want you to understand that God's Word is never silent. It carries power, authority, and peace. When we cry out to Him in our troubles, His voice cuts through the noise of fear and chaos, bringing calm and deliverance. Monday, the 8th of September 2025. The cry of the distressed. Bible verse. Then they cry out to the Lord in their trouble, and He brings them out of their distresses. Ps. 107-28. Reflection. When storms rise, our first response is often panic. Yet, the psalmist reminds us that deliverance begins with a cry to God. His ear is attentive to the cries of His children. The voice of His Word assures us, "Call to me and I will answer you." Jer. 33:2-3. Your cry is not wasted. It is the language of faith in the midst of weakness. God does not ignore the desperate call of His children. He transforms it into a testimony of His faithfulness. Times of trouble are not meant to push you away from God but to draw you nearer to Him in surrender. The verse acknowledges a universal reality. Life is filled with trials. Weather storms at CVV 23-27, captivity, sickness, or famine. Distress is part of human existence. Distress here is not just physical but also emotional and spiritual, pointing to situations where human strength and resources fail. The phrase "they cry out" is significant. It reflects desperation but also dependence. The cry is not a casual prayer but an urgent, faith-filled appeal to God. God's people repeatedly find deliverance when they humble themselves and seek Him. God brings them out of their distresses. The wording emphasizes divine initiative. He doesn't just give advice, He intervenes. His action reveals His mercy, compassion, and covenant faithfulness. The cry of the distressed reaches the heart of God and moves Him to act. Psalm 30. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Where have you been carrying burdens silently instead of crying out to God? Quote, "The cry of the distressed is the key that unlocks the door of God's deliverance." Prayer. Lord, help me not to carry my troubles alone but to bring them to you in prayer.